Hello guys, welcome to my video. Today we will be taking a look at new Killer Bean game. Before we start, I think you probably noticed but now I use text to speech in my videos. This video will be a testing ground, and if it's good enough I'll keep it that way. Alright, let's go. First we will start with basic information like price, release date, etc. So, starting off, the game is called simply Killer Bean, nothing special. It will cost $20, release date is estimated to be second half of 2022, at least according to Twitter. But delays can happen, so take this with grain of salt. Speaking of releases, it will release on PC, Mac, Linux and all major consoles, including Nintendo Switch, and on smartphones once the game hits version 1.0. Oh, also, since it's Linux you can play it on the Steam Deck. Pretty cool, I guess. The hardware requirements for PC will be low, so Jeff can port the game to Switch more smoothly. That means no ray tracing, sadly. It's planned to be a third-person shooter, with roguelike features, meaning that every campaign playthrough is different. It's planned to be a single-player and a multiplayer game. I will talk about both in a moment. Almost forgot to mention, the entire action is going to be on the Shadow Bean Island, where presumably there is the main headquarters of Shadow Agency. That includes all of the basic information about the game out of the way. Let's focus on gameplay. Starting with campaigns. Campaigns will be split up into 3 modes: single mission, single chapter, with 3 missions, and a full campaign which will have 3 chapters, or simply 9 missions. Every campaign, chapter and mission will be random on each playthrough, that means every campaign is different. There will be multiplayer, but only the co-op mode, but it's still cool. You will be able to play co-op with 4 people. Let's talk about characters, because it's very interesting and will probably surprise you. We will be able to play as Killer Bean obviously, but we will be also able to play as Jet Bean, Cromwell, Vagan and Chintao. Yes, you heard it right, Vagan and Chintao. I know you may have a lot of questions as to why they are in the game, but let me explain. Vagan is, according to Jeff, not dead. This feels like fan service, to be honest, but even if this is fan service it's still cool that Vagan is back. Moving on to Chintao, he will have his own mini story on how he's got onto the island. But it doesn't end here. Each of the characters will have their own playstyle, starting with Killer Bean. He's gonna be an agile shooter/fighter. Vagan is all about stealth and sniping. Chintao is pure melee combat, similar to God of War. Jet Bean is about fast melee combat, and the last, Cromwell, will be the most unique of all, tactical RTS type. He will be able to summon cops and command them, which makes me very happy. You will be able to do all sorts of cool stunts like dodge rolls, flips, slides, etc. There will be slow motion in this game. It will be an unlockable skill in the skill tree. In co-op, slow motion will be present, but how it will play out isn't known for now. Jeff says he will maybe make an area of influence for slow motion. We will know once it releases. Speaking of the skill trees, there will be 4 or 5 of them: stealth, parkour, melee, guns blazing, and maybe drone, like an assistant drone. There will be a lot of items or weapons, like in this screenshot here, quote, like a hologram laser that projects the image of Killer Bean onto an enemy, to make other enemies shoot at him. You will be able to, possibly, customize your own character that's not Killer Bean, but we shall see how it plays out. Speaking of customizing characters, you will be able to play as 1996 and 2000 versions of Killer Bean. Cool. I think I've covered all of the gameplay elements. Let's move on to the more miscellaneous stuff. There will be ragdolls, as you can see in the Steam store, but you somehow will be able to make Bad Beans dance. Maybe some sort of weapon or a skill? I don't know. For this time at least there will be no voice acting. Jeff considers it in the future, but it's uncertain. There will be DLCs, but wonder what's gonna be in them. Sadly, because of the game, the episodes have been cancelled due to quote too much uncertainty for me with making animations on YouTube. If I can I will make a video on it, because it's a really weird topic. but Jeff said once in a tweet that I cannot find, that maybe he will remake episode 1 and 2, and add episode 3 to the game, but it's probably way down the road. The game will have a free demo. Yay. Maybe I say maybe there will be a level editor, but it's unknown if there ever will be one. There will be mob support once the core features are done, so hooah. There will be a shotgun called the Double Flusher. Do whatever you want with this info. It's not really about the game, but Jeff acknowledges the very first prototype. I mean the Killer Bean video game test from like 2000 or 2001, I don't remember. The inspiration for the Killer Bean game is Spider-Man PS4 in terms of movement, and Metal Gear Solid 5 in terms of missions. And once again thing that is in uncertainty. Physical copies. Jeff said he will think about it. There will be an enemy from Killer Bean Unleashed which wears a white suit and helmet, aka the Stormtrooper from Star Wars, Bean. It's possible that more from Killer Bean Unleashed will be introduced to the game. And that's it. That's for it now, but I am not done. There will be a second part of this, as there's so much new info. I started making this video in summer, so the time gap is pretty huge. Oh, also remember to subscribe and like, because it really helps me out. See ya.